Improve the environment, the business environment. How do you do that? First and foremost, provide security, safety in the country. Make the business, doing business friendly. Today, we have on record that Nigeria has gone down from 134th state as where a country you can do good business to about 138. It's going down. And then, if you do not improve your environment, nobody will come in. How do you do that? Improve, for example, the customs. Change the way you can bring in things into this country. Make it friendly. For you to import anything in this country today, it's such a huge and difficult tax. Make sure that capital is easy to come by. Make it easy for ordinary people to approach a bank and get a loan.
I think
Thank you.
I would like to respond to that.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. So who exactly do you want to employ? Ignorant people?
The 12 million unemployed
I am telling
graduates.
you that without education, you will have useless workers. And that is what is happening in most cases today. Our artisans used to be among the best in Africa. Today, people have to travel to Cotonou, to Togo, to go and bring artisans to fix the basic things. We don't have technical schools. Our polytechnics have gone down. You don't have college of education doing what they should be doing. And then you say you want to employ. You have, for me, it's like you are putting the cart before the horse.
Shakara, would you like to say something really quickly, and then Madam, a very quick response?
Add on that. You see, when you address the issue of exemplary leadership, you are fighting corruption, you are bringing in judicious management of resources. All of these things they are talking about will be provided. If you don't get it right in the issue of leadership, you'll be wasting your time. Your money will be misused, your money will be misappropriated, there will be corruption, there will be misapplication of policies, wrong policies, and insensitive policies will come in. So the issue of leadership, we are talking from experience. I don't want to say that, at the risk of sounding immodest, we have practicalized this in our state. We have done it, and we have shown how exemplary leadership will translate a multiplier effect, not only at the level of the top leadership. Once the head is right, all the others will try to live by example. It will trickle down the line. There will be judicious management of resources. There will be the right application and the right planning.
Thank you, Governor Shakara.
Thank you very much. We have another question from Alistair Shoyode. Very quick.
Thank you very much, Alistair Shoyode from the diaspora. My question basically will be relating to Nigerians outside the country. We know the image of Nigeria abroad. What will you do to change that? And apart from that, we know the Diaspora Commission bill, which is a bill that is in the National Assembly and already in the Senate. Finally, what will you do to make sure that Nigerians in diaspora will be able to vote? At the end of the day, they contribute almost 50% of the budget that Nigeria spends a year, with more than $12 billion contributed on a yearly basis from the Nigerian diaspora. Thank you.
Chief Modo, please.
Yeah, I have been a refugee abroad before. So I know the number of Nigerians that we have outside, and I've also had the privilege of going everywhere. And I know that an average Nigerian would really want to return home. And even if you can't come home, at least you can do things with Nigeria. There are so many bills. Every day people come to us and talk about bills before the National Assembly. I'm not sure that this National Assembly can handle a lot of these things, because by the time you have to look at the issue of controversy among what it is costing us to keep them there, they will never be able to concentrate on the right thing. But seriously, I believe our government will be able to interact very well with people in the diaspora. In fact, our economy today is largely sustained by them. I did a lot of work in the past with MoneyGram, with Western Union, and I know the kind of money that they send home. These people have families back home. They are more worried about the political situation in Nigeria. I believe we must find a way to cater for them so that they can participate effectively in the political process at home.
But Chief Mamadou, how exactly would you do that?
Yes, what we need to do is to make sure that we lobby It's all over the world. You have to lobby your National Assembly to be able to take the right decisions. We were hoping that this last amendment that we had, that such a thing would have been there, but for some funny reason, it was thrown out. So, but I'm hoping that we can bring it back on the front burner, and people will see the right reasons to do it.
To allow those in diaspora to vote?
Yes, please.
Governor Shekara, would you like
to? I think it is one thing to want to have Nigerians in diaspora to vote. It's another thing to see it work practically. I think the number one thing we need to do is to go on this national identity issue. We need to identify ourselves. If you go to any of the Nigerian embassy today, they will tell you they don't have the total, authentic list and records of all Nigerians living in that country, because most of the Nigerians don't even care to go and report there. But if we are able to identify ourselves through the national identification process, we will know who is a Nigerian, what is his identity, what is his code number, where is he living, where is he staying. Because unless and until you are able to have proper record of Nigerians living in Britain, for example, how would you coordinate and ask the Nigerians living in Britain to vote? So I think
they would go to the embassy with their passports.
Exactly.
Well, the passport is there quite all right, but the planning aspect is very important. When you're doing voters registration with all this kind of rackets in passports and so on, I know we have a very long way to go. I am for diaspora Nigerians voting. I support that. But what I'm saying is that before we get to that stage, we need to create a situation whereby our records are up to date and properly maintained, both at home and abroad in the embassies. There's nothing wrong with anybody living in Nigeria. I've said this several times when I visit the Nigerians in diaspora, but how well are they doing there? What business are they doing?
Thank you, Governor Shekara.
I will pursue that goal. I will certainly make it possible for Nigerians outside to participate and vote. It's a law issue. We will pursue it. We will get it in a way that legally Nigerians will be entitled to those who are living outside to vote. That is certainly one of the priorities of the government that we intend to lead. Two, I'll also engage them. We will bring them into government. How do you do that? Get them into positions. Give them chance for them to participate. It's not just talk. Like what I said earlier, I said that I will bring young men and young women into government. Give them responsibilities. There is nothing wrong to have a smart young man in his 30s to be a minister, to be an advisor. Get the diaspora also to come and participate in government. Encourage them to think about home. Come back, whatever you have, if it is money, invest home. Improve the environment, like I said. Luckily, I'm also a member of that community. I'm part of it.
You're a member of the diaspora?
I know A to Z.
You're a member of the diaspora?
Oh, sure. I'm one of you.
I'm not a member of the... How are you a member of the diaspora, Malam Ribadu? How are you a member of the diaspora?
I lived outside for about 2 years. And I can assure you, I was part of the community very closely, and that made me very proud Nigerian. It was that opportunity I got to know really how great we are as people. We were amazing people. When I was in the UK, I was part of the community. When I got back to the US, I was a member, a very active one. We participated in all our activities, and we love Nigeria. They are some of the best we have. Yeah.
We have another question here from Mary.
Protocols duly observed. My name is Mary Kwa Eyong, and I'm representing Kayan Kudra's Initiative for Democracy. Prestigious candidates, I would like to ask, you've all spoken well that in time past we have been kept ignorant on power and other sector operations. What are your plans to keep us in loop, that is we the youth and the general public, in loop of your tangible implementation of these your plans and the results as you achieve them per time during your tenure, if you so happen to be? And how do you intend to carry out your monitoring and control strategy to at least achieve 70% of all these your goals by the end of your tenure? Thank you.
Malam Ribadu, please. We'll start with you.
Can you repeat the question, because it was
basically how do you plan on running an open government make the public participate and know on a daily basis or monthly or whatever it is what the government is up to? And secondly, how do you plan to implement at least 70% of these things you have promised us today?
It's very critical. That is where the difference will be. Ability for you to run an open, transparent, a very accountable government. Luckily, this is an area that I can say I am fairly well, really grounded. I've been in public service for 25 years. I had a chance for me to create an agency of government, and it was run open, transparent, and we got results. Those are things that will make a difference. For you to get results in government, you must be able to take your own interest, selfish interest out of it, and make it something that is all open and collective. That's the intention. That's what we intend to do. For you to get results, if you have your own plan, you must strategize. You must have whatever you want to implement ready. Give timeline. Be disciplined. Ability for you to understand those things and carry out properly in a way that Nigerians and everybody will see will be the difference. Most important, for you to get a team of competent hands. I've already started doing that. From my choice of the vice president, you could see the sign of things ahead of us. I've got a very competent private sector person, someone who really showed that he can do and deliver. We do intend to bring quality people across.
Chief Mwadu, please.
Whatever people promise, politicians make a lot of promises, I agree with you. But you also have to look at pedigree. You have to look at records. And I'm proud to say that I have an excellent record of performance. I was a teacher in 1982-83 in the school. Every student wanted to attend my class because they knew I would deliver. At the age of 30, I was the highest paid editor in the whole of Nigeria. 2 years after arriving in Lagos. My dream was to be a teacher and marry a teacher and live happily thereafter. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a job, so I was forced to come to Lagos. And I worked very hard within 2 years. In 1992, I was the founding editor of Leaders and Company, what is known today as This Day newspaper. And you can see I recruited most of the people who started that newspaper, and today it is the best newspaper in Africa. You will agree with me. In 1993, I was a campaigner for Chief Moshood Abiola during the June 12 presidential elections. Today, I'm a presidential candidate myself. It tells you that I learned a lot from that. In 1995, I was in exile. He said he spent 2 years. I spent 3 years. So I'm a senior refugee. And within those 3 years, by dint of hard work, I was able to build a global business out of nothing.